Unfortunately, the truth of the matter is you can do everything right by the letter of the law. You can get your letters testamentary. You can be appointed the executor of the estate. And you go to the institutions just to close out a bank account, or you try to get the life insurance death benefit, or you try to close out the IRA. And if you're working with people who are not well trained in probate, and you would think that people die every day. Most people should be trained in probate because this is something that is not unusual. People die every day. But a lot of banks, a lot of financial institutions, they just do not know how to deal with these issues. And they can set up some major roadblocks for you because they don't know what they're doing, unfortunately. I just had very recently a client who there was no will, so they were appointed independent administrator and they received letters of independent administration, which is what you have when there's no will. When you have a will, you have letters testamentary and you have an appointed executor. It's the same thing, but we use different words for when there's a will and when there's not a will. Went to a Bank of America to close out his father's estate. He was the appointed administrator. He had his letters of independent administration, talked to the banker who said, no, you need letters testamentary. And of course my client is confused and he's upset and he's calling me going, what are letters testamentary? Why do I not have those? And I have to explain to him, they're the same thing. We just use different words because your father did not have a will. Go to a different branch, try again. If you still have a problem, get me on the phone. I will yell at that banker for you and explain what the issue is. So he went to another branch and there was no problem. So it was just a matter of the person he was talking to at that particular branch didn't know what they were talking about. And that could have caused a really big roadblock for him if he got stuck there. I understand the pain that my personal representatives are going through. It can be extremely irritating that our financial institutions are not well trained in this aspect of life. And it can be very frustrating that we have to repeat over and over and over what's going on because, again, the brain fog, the grief, you don't want to have to be going through all this while you're dealing with all this other stuff.